October the 30th, 2003, Atlanta, Georgia, WCW Country. We're at the Phillips Arena. And, well, the man who makes his way out to the ring, he gets booed out of the building, Mr. McMahon. But,
oh, yeah.
So, not only was he always against WCW wrestling,
That's an understatement.
but Mr. McMahon, he comes to the ring with Sable, Dawn Marie, and Terry Runnels. That's not all. He also has Big Show, A-Train, Nathan Jones, and John Heidenreich all accompanying him to the ring.
Seven bodies.
Vince is very confident here in this segment because he's surrounded by all of his confidants. And Vince says, tomorrow is Halloween. So tonight, every match on the card will be a trick or treat match. What does that mean? Well, let's find out when so no matter what match happens, we're gonna come to me on
the comms.
Yeah, on the commentary table
with old Taz and Michael Cole, I think.
And yeah, that's the team. And so Vince will decide after the entrances what each match will be to please himself.
Oh boy.
A big night, yes. It's going to be a big night for Vince McMahon. And the first person to make their entrance is a man who calls Atlanta, Georgia home, that being Bill Goldberg. And when his music hits, the roof comes off of this here Phillips Arena because he was the most
dominant
WCW champion. He was one of the most, I'm going to say, I think he's not the only, because Diamond Dallas Page and Booker T, I think, were also WCW creations.
Yeah.
But I leave Sting out because I feel like he was an NWA creation.
Yeah. Well, depending on the Sting version, yeah.
Of course. But my point was, I feel like Sting had it more even before WCW was a thing.
That's a valid point. All right, I follow you.
And so, like I said, Goldberg gets all the love when he comes out here. But his opponent tonight also came to the ring with Bill Goldberg.
Huh?
So while Bill was making his way out, his recently made friend, Goldust, he is enjoying the pyro. He's enjoying the adulation of Atlanta, Georgia, where his brother resides, where his father was a big star. Bill Goldberg is in ring, and Goldust is at ringside with him, when Vince picks up the microphone and says, "You know what I feel like?" And he elbows his friends with him. Doesn't matter who.
Let's call it. Pick a body.
Yeah, he's got a lot of options here. He says, "You know what I feel like? I feel like we have a namesake match here tonight."
Oh, Lord.
And Bill Goldberg shrugs and he's like, "What's a namesake match?" And he says, "After this match, there will no longer be Goldberg and Goldust. Only one man can keep gold in their name."
Jesus Christ.
And he says, "Nick Patrick, ring the bell."
Oh, Lord.
And so Bill Goldberg takes on Goldust, and the winner gets gold.
Gets the word gold. The most Vince McMahon thought I've ever heard in my life.
And so while Dustin respects Bill, while Goldust does look up to Bill Goldberg, Goldberg, what's that?
Ironically, because Goldust has been around way longer than
Well, and he's actually a touch taller too.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying the character looks up to the other character.
Yeah,
right?
I got you.
Bill Goldberg isn't nearly as, I'm going to say, he's not as much friends with Goldust as Goldust is friends with Bill Goldberg.
Yeah, I think that's a valid description of their relationship.
And so Bill, he's just playing the hits.
Yeah.
He's throwing hands, he's throwing feet, he's
Not too hard. We don't want Dustin retiring.
Exactly. Yeah, Dustin doesn't get hurt. It's just both guys are going at it hot and heavy and strong.
Tooth and nail.
Yes. When Bill Goldberg hits the jackhammer and gets the 1, 2, 3, Vince, he gets up, he grabs Goldust's wig, and he throws it in the trash that's up under the...
Just has a trash can?
Up under the announce table there.
Okay.
And he's just pointing and laughing, and Vince is just, he's having a good time.
Yeah, that sounds right.
For a moment, Goldust, who has sweated enough to where you can see Dustin's face.
Yep.
Like
That's usually how it breaks down.
It's not all gone. Like, he's got some remaining,
hits.
but he's almost at a loss. Mm-hmm. He doesn't know what's next because ever since he's been on SmackDown...
But
yeah, exactly. He was next. But ever since he's been on SmackDown, he's had one driving goal, which was to link up and work with Bill Goldberg. Now he doesn't know what's going on. But Bill, being a good man, does lift up Dustin and helps him. You know, he pats him on the back, and they both work their way out.
Oh.
It is overall, like, it's a what's next, but it's also we're still all right type segment.
Yeah, no hard feelings.
After we see Bill Goldberg and Dustin Rhodes walk out, we cut to break, come back, and, well, actually, before we roll commercials, it says, up next, Masters of Discipline.
Ah, yes.
And you see the actual images of Kung Fu Naki, Muay Thai Yang, and Aikido Sakota on screen because each week a different one had been revealed.
One at a time, but now the unit.
Post-break, all three guys of the Mod Squad make their way out to the ring.
I called him the Mod Squad. I love that.
And so Vince gets up and he says, I love it. This is exactly what we needed.
This is exactly what we needed.
SmackDown is a cultural event. You know who really is a worldly man? A person who respects all cultures? The Alpha, Entertainment Worldwide, undisputed champion, Brock Lesnar. So you hear Brock's music. Him and Paul come out. Brock with the undisputed title on his shoulder. And Vince says, it's a handicap match.
Oh, Lord.
And so 3-on-1, Aikido Sakota, Muay Thai Yang, and Kung Fu Naki versus Brock Lesnar. And nobody spits in Brock's face.
Yeah.
So that's good for them.
Yeah.
But
they're better than Carlito.
Well, and here's the other thing. They also have allies.
Yes,
so
we got the numbers.
This is not elimination like the tournament, and it is not tag like a tag team match.
So tornado style handicap.
Tornado style handicap match.
Makes sense since this is on SmackDown.
And here's the deal. I feel so bad for Funaki. So whether he was teaming with Tajiri and being a guy to look at the lights, or now he's leading his own faction, Masters of Discipline, Funaki also eats the pinfall for his new group. And this is very reminiscent of the time that I built up Nunzio for his big debut. He got package after package, week after week, highlighting all of his heritage and where he came from and what he represented, and then he came in and he lost. Yeah. And I did something very similar here, but it's because after the match, after the devastating debut of the Mod Squad, Paul Heyman graciously asks Mr. McMahon for that microphone he's been using all night, and Vince gives it to Paul.
Surprising. Actually, no, it's not. They've been friends for years.
Yes. Yep. Paul says, Mr. McMahon, with your
brilliance.
Mr. McMahon, with your blessing, Brock Lesnar and I believe JBL and Bill Goldberg should get exactly what they want. Exactly what they've been asking for. One of those two men should face Brock Lesnar at Survivor Series. And Vince nods, he's with it. And so Paul says, next week, Atlanta, you don't deserve the match. But next week, JBL, John Bradshaw Leafield, will challenge Bill Goldberg to open SmackDown and figure out who is facing Brock Lesnar at Survivor Series. And so the promo was the real reason why that Brock was here, and to get that across.
Kind of figured.
We get a recap of Mick Foley talking about the Survivor's Choice tournament and a graphic that says that the four-way dance will happen after the show comes back.
Yeah.
Thank you for being here at Mr. Super Oz. This video is going out, and this channel only exists because I, Oz, founded Gamble Comics, which first release was Everlasting Survivors, a 68-page graphic novel called All Day Long. Available now. Follow the link in the description that will take you to gamblecomics.com. While there, you can get hats, shirts, posters, much, much more, but most importantly, the story itself. After the break, the Iron Addicts make their way to ringside, followed by Koinonis and the LLC.
A lot of squads. A lot of squads coming out.
Before the fourth man can even arrive, Vince has a revelation.
Oh, yeah, we always love Vince's revelation.
Vince grabs the mic and he says, while looking at Hurricane Helms in the ring, Val Venus in the ring, and Absolute Maven Huffman in the ring, he looks out and he says, this match, this trick-or-treat event will be a lumberjack match.
Oh, Lord.
Because there's so many bodies on the outside,
Yeah,
right?
it makes sense.
Like, you might as well just use them.
Yep.
And so Vince says...
Make them earn their paychecks.
He says, boys, I hope you're ready. And at this point, he acknowledges his towering titans that are with him. He says, boys, I hope you're ready, because I brought you a gift here tonight. And he says, come on out. And the fourth man in the Survivor's Choice opening match is Matt Morgan.
Oh, Lord.
A 7-foot tall
giant.
Yeah. In real time, he was called the DNA of TNA. And I wish that it sounded as good to be the DNA of AEW, but it doesn't. But
Not even
he
close.
can be Vince McMahon's personal blueprint of a star.
Hey, he was the blueprint.
And so Matt Morgan comes out. As Vince says, hey, let's get this going, Matt Morgan doesn't step in the ring. But instead, he one by one meticulously takes out each one of the lumberjacks on the outside.
Because of course he does.
Because a 7-foot tall
giant of a man
choke slamming Saren Moore, big booting Toa Reigns, knocking Jamie Noble's head off with an elbow, going after Doug Basham, Danny Holiday, the list goes on, Orlando Jordan, it doesn't matter, all of them, until he gets to a man who not quite is on his level, Mark Jindrak.
Big body.
Mark Jindrak last week stood up to JBL.
Yes.
Fell, but stood up. This week, Mark Jindrak stands up to Matt Morgan, once again falls, but he's trying his best to show that Mark Jindrak is, in his mind at least, in that upper echelon of talent.
He's evolving.
And so while Matt Morgan is doing all this work on the outside,
yes,
Hurricane Helms, Vascular Val, and Maven Huffman are having a really good technical contest. Maven is, hitting drop kicks like it's his job.
Yep.
Val,
almost like it's his best move.
Yeah, exactly. Hurricane is just quick, fast, and in a hurry, just executing nonstop. And so, unfortunately for Hurricane, Maven and Val at one point worked together because he'll be doing that.
Yep.
Think Royal Rumble season.
Or any multi-man match in the history of time.
Exactly. And so, when Maven hits one of his clean, crisp drop kicks on Hurricane,
nice.
Val hits him for
his diving splash.
Yes. Val pins Helms and eliminates him from the match.
Yes.
So, while it's one-on-one, Absolute Maven versus Vascular Val, the Lumberjacks on the outside have worked their way back up, and Morgan is doing his best, but now it's, 12 guys, maybe?
At least 12 on one.
And so, Morgan is now deciding that it's a better bet for him to roll into the ring instead of stay on the outside. When Matt Morgan gets in the ring for the first time, and and Val and Maven look at him. Visually, it's striking. That hits a double chokeslam on both men.
Yeah.
And as he goes to pin both guys with a hand on each, Maven kicks out at the last split second. Val is eliminated, but Absolute Maven stays in the contest.
Maven's tougher than Val Venus. All right, Maven.
I think it's just he's a little young and dumb is the problem. He don't know when to stay down.
I was like, you know what? This hurt. I'm done.
So after Val is eliminated, Maven gets up, or they both get up, and Maven is trying his best to cut down the giant man. Yeah. In the end, Matt hits. I'm just gonna give him his TNA finish because I think it was cool.
What was the TNA finish again?
It was called the Elevator, but it was like
I remember this move.
It's a jackhammer that swings down and turns into a rock bottom.
Yep.
And
disgusting move.
Yes. And
absolutely awesome.
And so, Mr. McMahon is so enamored with
the Elevator,
the blueprint of what he sees professional wrestling as, that he slides into the ring and he embraces Matt Morgan as a way to solidify the addition to the Towering Titans. While Vince is in the ring and he lets go of Matt Morgan,
eventually
he grabs him like he says, as a gift to me, I have decided to grace me with Halloween costume contest. That's what it should be called. He has Dawn Marie, Sable, and Terry Reynolds all get into the ring and reveal that they were wearing something.
They were wearing costumes this whole time.
Yeah, underneath, the mink coats or whatever they were on type thing. And so during this, Vince not only declares himself the winner of the contest because he, enjoyed it the most, but he says...
the Shawn Michaels logic.
Vince then says, for our main event this evening...
I'm surprised that wasn't the main event.
I'm calling out the Alpha Entertainment Worldwide Television Champion.
Oh, yeah, there wasn't a TV match today. Okay.
Mark Henry. As Mark makes his way out with his television title over his shoulder, Vince, because he's not a complete idiot, gets out of the ring and is now standing over by Michael Cole and Taz. But oddly enough, Mr. McMahon is the only one who exited the ring. Big Show, A-Train, Nathan Jones, and John Heidenreich, they aren't in the ring. They're actually standing on the apron, preventing Mark from getting to Vince at the announce table. Vince says, we saw a lumberjack match. We saw a namesake match. We saw a handicap match. But you know what? Mark, you're going to have to go through the gauntlet. In first is Nathan Jones.
Okay.
Mark Henry and Nathan Jones go at it.
World Strongest Slam.
World Strongest Slam. 1, 2, 3. Mark Henry retains. But even before Mark can get up from the pin, A-Train has already entered the ring and hits Mark on the temple with an elbow.
Ooh.
And so A-Train is...
Gotta be careful, Mark. You hurt instantly now.
Thankfully, we live in the future and we know. So I can book this match. He's doing it big, but at one point, I don't remember what he called it, but I know that he did the in-corner splash because of being a train, right?
Yeah.
One of his moves is called, a derailer, and he got another thing where he did...
Oh, yeah, the derailer. I forgot about that.
And so, my point is, he goes to splash Mark Henry in the corner, but before A-Train can hit it, Mark rolls out, and A-Train...
Like an agile move for the big man.
What's that?
It's an agile move for the big man.
Exactly. And so, A-Train is winded at this point.
Yeah, knocks the one out of himself.
And he is now laying in the corner. And so Mark Henry, I know that this isn't exactly likely to have happened because Vince doesn't like acknowledging what he does not have. But I don't care, and I play by my own rules. So because A-Train is selling in the corner, Mark then chugga goes to the other corner and pays homage to his friend, the Godfather, who's not here in the company any longer. But
Hits him with the hoe train.
Yes, but the fans recognize it, as a callback to the nation.
And do the woo woo.
Yes, and so Mark beats A-Train.
It's a train with a train. That's incredible.
It was a little bit ironic. And so in next is Big Show, and this is a match that has actually happened multiple times.
Oh, thousands of times.
I could just pop up any number of images. Thankfully, we do not collapse the ring because we extra enforced it, given what Mark and Brock did.
I'm about to say, Vince knew he would have a lot of big bodies tonight, so make sure the ring was reinforced beforehand.
So,
makes sense.
With that, the fact that we know that these guys have gone at it before, and the fact that Mark has won 2 separate matches in 2 separate ways, I'm actually going to do, once again...
He's going to finish with a bear hug.
Well, no, actually, this match ends with a rock bottom.
Oh, okay.
So Mark Henry once again pays homage to a nation
of domination.
Exactly. And Mark wins with a rock bottom.
Man, I can't wait to see him hit the lowdown in the next match.
No, he's actually gonna take the oxygen away from John Heidenreich with the bear hug that you've already called out to retain the title and defeat John Heidenreich. And Vince is gonna be irate at the end of the show.
Yeah, that's
but Mark is smart enough to just roll out and let the credits roll and do the whole thing because A, he's still champion, and B, he just barely survived because that's a lot of big.
I'm about to say that's 4 men. That was he wrestled pretty much 1,000 pounds of humanity.
Exactly. And
actually, probably more because this is Big Show.
Big Show, yes. And so the reason I illustrate it this way, the reason I do it this way is because we go out happy with the babyface winning.
For sure.
We open happy with a babyface winning, although he beats another babyface. So
not as happy as could be, but
But the thing is, like, Vince was doing dastardly things throughout, but the fans still got positive things on the show.
That's right.
Sweet. Thank you.
Yes, sir.